All right, let's give it up one more time for Miss Smash. That was so good. And most importantly, can we have all those involved with Miss Smash please come up front? All right, thank you. Yes, come on down, everybody. And oh my God, dude. Yeah, we gotta get you front and center. You were so good. That was awesome. Yeah, of course. Come on in. All right. Yes, Vegas. All right, and yeah, yeah, that's right. Get a shot of the dog. That's beautiful. Yeah, yes. All right, cool. So, let me grab you this mic. We'll just share it around, pass it around.
Yeah, squares, they
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Yes. So thanks again, Mismatch. Thank you so much for sharing this incredible movie with us. And you know what? I can't wait to talk about this. This was God, it was so funny, it was so real, and it was just beautifully done, and I just love what I saw. So let's get right to it. First and foremost, what do you remember the most about making this film that basically just stood out to you most, and when you saw it here in theaters, like it actually resonated with you as well?
I'm gonna let you start.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh, wait, hold up. I'm sorry. Can you please introduce yourselves and what part you had this? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Start with introducing yourself and what part you had.
Hi, I'm Isa Espy. I play Esther.
I'm Jonathan Green. I'm the writer, director, and I played Logan.
I'm Darby Barton. I'm a co-writer and producer. Also caterer.
Awesome.
Also
and
my wife.
yeah, no, let's get right into it. Yeah, I'm Team Logan and Esther already. I love this couple, man. This is great. And so again, just when you were making this film, and then of course when you get to see this film on screen, what stood out to you while making it, and what resonated to you while seeing it?
I had the funnest time being part of this project. This is actually my first feature film, so I feel very honored to be part of the experience. I remember it being ooh, it got louder. I remember it being incredibly fast-paced. We shot this, I think I was in 9 of the days, and you guys...
9 or 10, 17 days.
17 days.
Wow.
And I just remember how collaborative the process was, how wonderful it was coming onto set. I was working a full-time job at the time as well. And so just the process of coming onto set and being with the amazing crew, spending time with you. We had known each other previously, but socially, and getting to know you on the set was just amazing. And then this is actually my first time watching the film completely done. I had seen it after it was picture locked, but I hadn't seen it with the sound and the coloring and the music, the light, everything. So it came together really beautifully. So congrats.
Yeah.
What I remember most about making it was the collaborative nature of it. I like collaborating with my crew and actors, and I like improv. So I leave a lot of space open for actors to like do what they think the character would do. And I think the funniest stuff in the movie wasn't even in the script. It was just things that actors came up with. And I was like, oh, that's really funny. Like when we were in rehearsals a couple weeks before we shot, you stumbled on your lines about the Star Wars, like the walk and talk where she was like, do or do not, there is no try. And she stumbled on the line, and I was like, wait, that's funny. Let's write that down, and we're going to change that scene. So the script was like constantly evolving while we were shooting, which was really enjoyable. And then seeing it here, this is my like 500th time seeing it, but like 5th time with an audience. And so most of the time now I'm just listening to the audience to see like what moment, and every audience laughs at different things, which is really interesting. So that's what I've noticed, is that every audience has just a little bit different taste.
well, making a film starts with the writing process, which no one has mentioned yet. And that was very transformative. As a partner, producer, co-writer, it's a very personal story. For those of you who don't know, it's probably 85% autobiographical for Jonathan's life. And so the writing process is very introspective and very personal. And there was a lot of healing and acceptance of disability for Jonathan during that process. So watching that happen throughout the writing process, which took about a year, and then the actual filming process of seeing him move into acceptance to this is me, and I have to now own this on screen and on camera, to the editing process of I'm watching myself on screen now, and I freaking made a movie about myself and my experience, and now I've got to show it to a bunch of people. So watching that evolution was very special as a partner. We're married, by the way, now. We got married after we made the film, which I would highly recommend, just to make sure you can work together. So that's what has stood out to me the most, of just seeing the evolution that this project has fostered personally.
Man, that's amazing. Great stuff. And I believe you said writer-producer of this, and of course, actor-director, actor. So with everything coming together, was there a moment during the filmmaking process, or maybe just during the writing process, when you were bringing this, or trying to bring this to life and bring at least the concept and idea out there, was there a moment where you actually realized and thought, like, it can be this feature film that we had? Like, was it during the process or during the acting? What was that moment that we say?
Yeah, there was a very particular moment. When I first started writing the script, it didn't have anything to do with my skin condition at all. I was just writing a rom-com about my experience moving to LA, going through a divorce, and trying online dating for the first time, which I thought, like, that's enough of a story because that's a shit show. And we were on a road trip to Lake Tahoe, and we were listening to a book, and it was called Sitting Pretty. It's by a really great author. Her name's Rebecca Tossig, and it's a book about her experience with a disability, and she's lived her whole life in a wheelchair. And a lot of the experiences, I never really considered myself as like having a disability. I was like, oh, I just have dry skin, whatever, I still function. I played sports, and listening to that book, there were some things that she talked about her experiences that I was like, oh, I experienced that. Like, I was bullied as a kid. I had very similar experiences to her, and around the same time, I was getting connected with the Foundation for Ichthyosis and realized, like, it's legally classified as a disability. And something she said in the book that stood out to me was, she said she wanted to hear more stories about characters with disabilities. And it was in that moment that I turned to Darby while we were driving, and I said, I have to, like, add this element to the script, don't I? And then she was like, yeah, you do. Like, she knew like 2 weeks before that, but just didn't tell me. So, yeah, that was the moment for me.
I don't remember the question. I can add to it. I don't remember the question. I'm sorry. But yes, reading that book, which some of you I've read the book with. Thanks, Shaw, for being in our book club. It was really, really impactful. The author, again, Rebecca, they're from the same city, and they're both the youngest of 6 children. So there was a lot of commonalities that helped with that evolution, the personal evolution that I mentioned. But when did we know that it was going to be a movie? I think we just knew the whole time, honestly.
Really?
We're like, we have to make a feature. If you want to make movies, we have to make a feature. We have to figure out how to make a feature. And a directing teacher that you had worked with said, write what you know. And this is literally what you know. So there you go.
Okay, there we go. And with that, I'd like to open it up to the audience. If anybody has a question, and I see someone up there. Oh, right there. All right, I'm gonna be the runner, so you guys just stay here and just hear the voice. All right. Becca, you have one, right? Yeah. There you go.
Do I need a mic? My question is, so I have vitiligo, and as an actress and a dancer, it was like very, it kind of felt like it was holding me back. And I was wondering if you were always wanted to act and you felt a hesitation because of your condition.
That's a great question. I never really wanted to act. I always wanted to be a writer and a director, and so that's where it started primarily. And I acted in school out of necessity when I was in film school, because I went to film school in Kansas City, Missouri, and there's no like professional actors there. And so I got experience acting just through that. And as we were incorporating, the skin condition into the story, I realized I actually don't even know any actors who have this condition either. So who's going to play the character? And that was another moment where I turned to Darby and I said, I have to play this character, don't I? And she was like, yeah, I knew that like weeks ago.
Well, I mean, you're great. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, and it really means a lot that you did that. Yes.
Thank you very much. I think we had another question. Yep, right up.
I can add to that in the meantime.
Oh, sure.
So he has always wanted to be a director specifically, and I think until you really came to your disability acceptance, you avoided directing. So you spent 12 years in an editing bay where no one could see you instead, which gave you great experience, but you needed a little push to get in front of the camera.
All right, cool. And we got one more right here, I believe. There you go.
Hi, I loved the film. Oh, this is frightening. I'm on the screen. Well, see, I get to stay off the screen because I'm a writer, a director, and producer. And because of that, I would like to ask your producer and writer, co-writer. For me, producing was the hardest part of the three. So for you, what was it like both writing and producing? Did you feel like you had to put on really different hats? And how did that process go for you?
So many hats in making independent film and being producer, which means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and you basically are a problem solver, so professional problem solver, making things happen, but also, like I said, caterer and on-set therapist and spousal support. So a lot of different things, and it is hard. It's hard to switch hats. I also was working a full-time job the whole time. So I took maybe 3 days off, and some days I was working on set, and I used my lunch break to do catering, and then I went back to work in the other room. So it was hard, and it was summer, so it was also hot. But producing is a strange term, and I'm still trying to figure out what that means to me, because again, different producers do different things. I'm not great at the numbers stuff. So honestly, John helped a lot with that. And in the future, I will not be doing any of that or any catering.
All right, there you go.
I do a lot of non-scripted reality and documentary directing, so it's all improv. And I'm always really curious, how do you write in these improv moments? Do you write the script and then just let the director go for it? Or do you plan in little chunks? Like I've seen some scripts, John does something funny. What is your writing process like with the improv?
I tend to write a pretty like basic dialogue between the characters of what needs to be said. So it's like this is what needs to happen for the story. So as long as you can communicate that, and this is what I'll tell my actors, if you can communicate that in a different way that's more effective, that's funnier from your character's perspective or whatever, then feel free to change that. And Philip, actually, who he had to run, but he played one of the Teds. He came up to me the first day on set and was looking through the script, and he's like, "Hey man, so do I have to stick to the dialogue?" And I was like, "What, do you think my dialogue's terrible?" He's like, "No, I got some funny ideas." I'm like, "Yeah, please roll with those." So like everything that he did was just, I just told him, your character is kind of an asshole, and that's all I need you to be. I need you to be like my big brother, and he rolled with it. And then all of the things about, how Logan's architecture plan that they were kind of pitching to get this new project off the ground. It's like, as long as you can convey that his project sucked and nobody liked it, that's all I need to happen.
Great stuff. And one more question we got up there. Sorry.
Hey, Isa. Hey, John. I'd love to hear your favorite part about each of your characters, respectively, in Esther and Logan.
Ooh. About ourselves or about the other person?
Your individual characters, your favorite piece.
Okay.
Oh, handing it off to me first.
Yeah, I got to think.
Exactly. I think that Darby and John did a great. When I got the script, I was so impressed with the quality of the characters and how multidimensional they were. And I've read a lot of scripts, and I have to say that rom-coms I find to be one of the hardest genres to do well, because they are slightly formulaic, and there are these beats that have to be met, and to make something funny but also heartfelt but not too sappy, but like to come up with something new, but again it's the same archetypes, and to have that in a fresh, thought out, touching way is rare to find. And so for me, my favorite parts of Esther is that she felt like a real person, like I could see her. It was not hard to find the character. And maybe that's because a lot of the details in it I immediately connected to. Like, I read about the pickles, and I'm like, oh, I love pickles. Like, I am a pickle girl. I love Murphy beds. I love it all. But I think I found her bravery, actually, to be inspiring, to jump into something, and her willingness to take big risks, and that she is a doer rather than a thinker. And I think you see that. I think that Logan is always in his head, and Esther is always moving. And I found that really inspiring, that life will happen anyway, and that you just have to move. And you see her struggle with that. I mean, you do see her questioning. But for someone who's like, I don't know if I made the right choices, she made a lot of choices. So I think I admire that.
I think my favorite thing about Logan is I didn't want it to make it exactly like who I am as a person. I feel like that would be like kind of weird to just come in and like just play myself for 2 hours. I like that he is so in his head that he doesn't even realize how much the people around him actually like him, like his friends. Like, he has these great friends, and I don't think he really grasps, that at the very beginning. And then even when the one date is like, oh, can I come help you hang this up? Like, he's so oblivious to how charming he is that he's just like, nobody could love me. And I think for me, that is kind of like I think a journey that I went on earlier in my life, where I had to realize that this idea that I had about myself was something that I created out of experiences that I had, and not because people told me directly that I was inherently unlovable or anything like that.
Great. And one more question. Oh, down there. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thanks.
Thank you. I really loved I loved the characters as they were drawn. I loved the writing, and the improv. Was there ever a plan to have a scene with Esther's mother realizing that Logan was her interest?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Since she was the head of the support group.
It's funny to me how some of these like remnants of like previous drafts remain in the story, but probably one of the first drafts, well, the very, very first draft was a completely different movie. And then by the time I got to draft 3, it was Logan had actually gone to Esther's mother for matchmaking, and he was in the pile of rejects. But she did that on purpose. Like, so she, and then it became this whole thing where it's like, I don't want to tell a story about the mom setting them up. Like, that doesn't quite feel right. So, like, that came out of the script. So there were various different versions that had kind of different things in it.
Nice, thank you very much. And thank you also, ladies and gentlemen, for your questions. So one thing I would love to know before we start rounding it out is, all you guys, what's next for you guys? Will this be playing at any more film festivals? Do you have any other projects coming up? Please tell the audience so we can follow you.
Yeah, well, we don't have any other film festivals just yet. We've applied to so many, so we'll probably be in a couple more. And we do have a few other projects. I've written 3 other features. I primarily like sci-fi, and so I wrote a sci-fi script that's I recently lost both of my parents, and it's about dealing with grief, and that's who the film was dedicated to at the very end. So it's a sci-fi story about a guy dealing with his parents' loss and traveling across the galaxy on like a road trip, but in space.
I work on all of the same projects, but I will add to that. There's 3. The first one is, yes, it's a road trip in space, but it's of a 30-something really finding his voice for the first time and going after the one that got away many, many years ago. And it's so rom-com-esque. It's rom-com-esque. And then the other 2 are, what do you call the first film and a sequel? I don't know. It's a movie and a sequel. But it's sort of like Guardians of the Galaxy meets...
It's Guardians of the Galaxy meets Forgetting Sarah Marshall is what I call it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's sci-fi comedies. Yeah.
I don't know. Some voiceover stuff. What do I want to do? I would love to stay in indie film. I love it. It is something I'm super passionate about. But yeah, commercials and little short films here and there, and some bigger films. But I love filmmaking. Like, my favorite part is the days on set and the long hours and the community, and it doesn't really matter what I'm doing, it's where I'm happiest. So wherever that takes me.
Great, okay. And then the last thing I'll tell you is for everybody out here, if you can give your IG handles, anything we can follow so we can follow you, support you, and see what's coming next with you.
Yeah.
Let everybody know.
You can follow the movie at Mismatched Movie on Instagram. Our website's mismatchedmovie.com. Apparently you can find us on the Cindy app now as well. My personal IG is John M. Green, no H, just John M. Green.
You don't need to follow me.
Sure.
Mine is isa.sp, so just my name.
Great, thank you so much. And just the one thing I wanted to share personally was there were so many great great moments in this film that I couldn't pick one, but the one I wanted to share was the one in the end with the QR code. Different is beautiful. So please, everybody, remember that. Everybody, I'm sure, has heard that, but that's what resonated with me. So thank you, of course, putting that in there. And on that note, I just want to thank you all again for coming and supporting these guys, and also coming and supporting BraveMaker, because what you guys put on there was just awesome. It really was. And thank you mostly to you guys, because I just got word that we just went from 81 donors to 87 donors. And we're trying really hard to see if we can hit that century mark by the end of the weekend, which is tomorrow. So anybody here, if you can become a monthly donor, $1, $5, $100, $100K, that's totally fine. It's totally fine. So, but no, I mean, again, thank you. We don't get to do this without you. So thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for donating and supporting in any way you can. And honestly, thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
So keep doing what you do. Thank you all. Keep coming. We have another block coming up at 7:50 and a late night Brave Fave at 10:34. So just again, have a great night. Thank you for joining us, and all the best of luck to you. And thank you all.
Can I say a
Appreciate you.
couple quick things?
Oh, actually, yeah, a couple things for this.
You'll get an email so you can vote for our film for the Audience Awards. And then if you want a little small packet of lotion, we've got custom branded lotions down at the table at the front. And then what?
Leave us a review on Letterboxd.
Yes, that would be very helpful.
That'd be great. And thank you for all for coming. I know there's people here from all walks of life. Some who will also have ichthyosis. So thank you for coming. Some from grad school. It's much appreciated.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Hey, no problem. I totally forgot to ask. Chewy?
That's Chewy, yeah.
Chewy.
Chewy, and that's his real name.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.